This is Eugene Napoleon. This is Napoleon's Corner. Before I get started, please make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel. Your support is greatly appreciated. So this episode 148, it's crazy, right? 148. This actually speaks near and dear to my heart because I'm getting to the point where when people say this or they act this way, I'm trying to figure out, no, you don't have to ask permission. So this particular episode, the topic is don't ask permission to be successful. Don't ask permission to be successful. Don't give up during the process and go be great. That's the subtitle. Don't give up during the process and just go be great. Why are we asking for permission of other people for our greatness or the things that we want to achieve? It doesn't make sense to me. At the end of the day, I'm looking at putting forth all the different things that you need to, even if it comes down to writing it down. If it comes down to being the best authentic version of yourself that you need to be, and you have to write that down, that's fine. But don't ask permission of somebody else for your success. No one is going to give you that, first off, because we have things in this life called haters, right? So you have people that authentically, that's their job. Their job is to hate, to make sure that you don't succeed, to be the best version of yourself possible. And I don't care what that is, if that's in business, if that's in sports, if that's in whatever capacity that you can dream of, you have people that's going to hate. They're going to tell you that you're not supposed to be successful. The worst thing you can do is tell somebody else your dreams. Tell a non-dreamer your dreams, and guess what? You won't achieve your dreams because they'll do the best that they possibly can to hold you back. So stop asking permission to be successful. Go be great. I don't care whatever it is that you want to do. Go accomplish what you know that you can accomplish. Put together the work, right? The same way that you want to go out, because I hear this all the time. I hear people talking about they want to party, they want to have a good time. They put more emphasis on partying and having a good time than they do wanting to be successful. So my point of reference is the same amount of time that you put into wanting to go party, to wanting to go hang out, to wanting to go be cool, if you just took that amount of time and put that same energy, that same work into being good at a particular craft, no matter what it is, whatever that particular thing is that you do, if you focus and put the energy and time and effort into that, you would be successful, right? So consistency breeds success. I'm gonna say it again. Consistency breeds success. If you're good at something and you do it over and over and over again, you're only going to become better at it. So why would I ask somebody permission for me to do that? And it comes organically. It's natural for me to work hard. I'm not going to go to my counterpart and say, hey, do you think I could put in an extra 3 hours of work today? No, I'm going to go and work diligently on that so I can work on whatever my craft is to be the best that I possibly can be. So I'm going to give you something that I learned a long time ago. And it came down to me writing when I first wrote my first book. And I remember someone telling me why am I writing this book? It's not going to be good, or who would read it? What's the point, right? And a singular mind, because that's what I have. When I'm doing something, I'm very focused and deliberate on my thoughts and my patterns and what I want to get out. And it doesn't really matter to me what anybody else is doing. It's what I'm focused on doing. Okay. In that process, I could have taken that in a negative way. I could have taken that in a way where it's going to stop me from writing. It's going to stop me from putting together my blueprint, but it didn't. And I thank God it didn't. Because that very first book, Dream Real, became a Barnes & Noble's bestseller. It became an Amazon.com bestseller. It was up for Independent Book of the Year with Ocho Cinco's book back in the day. So if had I not stayed focused on my task at hand, had I listened to all the naysayers, that book would have never been completed. So when I'm in me saying that and sharing that story, don't ask anyone for permission to be successful. Why would I'm glad I didn't listen. That's not my temperament. So I'm sharing that little ditty with you so you could understand. Don't allow that to be your temperament either. At the end of the day, being successful a lot of times really does depend on how hard you decide to work. Okay. And again, I don't care what field you're talking about. If you decide that I'm going to work diligently and I'm going to write down 1 or 2 steps each day that's going to help me get to the next level, only you can determine what those steps are. If you decide not to do that, then don't get mad at the next person who's doing that, right? Because they understand what they want to do in their life. They understand the goals and objectives that they want to reach in their life. Don't get angry at them for doing something that you should be doing. Have you ever sat back and listened to anybody that's been successful? And I want you to do this. If you ask one successful person, how did they obtain their success? If they're really true to what success really is, they'll sit down and they would not have a problem sharing their steps to how they became successful. Conversely, if you sit down and ask somebody how they become successful and they don't want to share that, well, maybe their success was given. Maybe the opportunities was provided for them. Maybe they don't even have a step. Maybe they don't even know how. Someone gave them the opportunity and kind of put it in their hands. I'm not talking about that, nor am I knocking those people who that's happened for. What I am saying to you, 9 times out of 10, a successful person wouldn't have any problem sharing the blueprint with you, sharing the trials and tribulations with you. They know exactly what it took to get to point A, from point A all the way down to Z, and from Z back to A. They know what that was. They know what it took to get them there. My issues become when you have the doubters and the naysayers, and they don't really want to give you your props because you're trying to do something different to better yourself and your family. Those are the people that you can't ask permission to do anything for or with. How is it that a person would rather go party with you, but they wouldn't wake you up at 5 a.m. to go get your laps in? How is it that a person would go drinking with you, but they wouldn't wake you up at 5 a.m. to go get your workout in? How is it a person can go do all these things with you in a negative tip, but they won't wake you up at 5 a.m. to make sure that you're on track to go do the things that you need to do that's necessary because they see the goals that you want to reach? A lot of times they're happy. Misery loves company. They're happy that you're not working out. They're happy that you don't have a goal sheet written out. They're happy that you're not going to follow those steps. You know why? Because you'll be in the same spot that they're in. Again, misery loves company. Stop asking permission to other people for your success. Go be great because you can. God provides a lot of different things with all of us. He gives us, we all have gifts and talents. We really do. He gives us an opportunity to work on those gifts and on those talents to make sure that we can be the best version of ourselves. If we don't take advantage of that, it's nobody else's fault but our own. So when it comes down to you being great, you have it in you. When it comes down to you being successful, you have it in you. When it comes down to you achieving your goals, you have it in you. So don't ask permission to be successful and don't ask permission to be great. Go and do it because you have it in you. I'm Eugene Napoleon. This is Napoleon's Corner. I'll see you next week. Take care.